Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 184 of Looking at Stamps. And today we continue to look at the To Form a More Perfect Union stamp set. We are going to look at the two stamps labeled G as in golf and H as in hotel. So let me give you a closer look. There we go. The first stamp is 3937, G as in golf. It is subtitled 1964 Civil Rights Act. Constitutional amendments passed after the Civil War and outlawed slavery and gave civil rights to African Americans. After 1900, however, the government did little to enforce civil rights. Northern migration of blacks and the return of black veterans from World War II reawakened the demand for equal treatment. Hundreds of dramatic demonstrations early in 1963 brought civil rights issues before the nation. In June 1963, President John Kennedy urged Americans to guarantee every citizen equal treatment. Soon after, he asked Congress to consider civil rights legislation. After Kennedy's assassination in November, President Johnson called for the passage of the Civil Rights Bill to honor the fallen leader. Pressure also came from citizens and major national, civil rights, and church groups. The House bill passed in February 1964, but Southern senators delayed the bill with a 2-month filibuster. Finally, the Senate voted to end the filibuster and pass a modified bill. The House approved the new version on July the 2nd, and Johnson signed the bill into law. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 forbids discrimination in public facilities, government, and employment. It was the most sweeping civil rights legislation since post-Civil War Reconstruction era. The next stamp is 3937, H as in hotel, and is subtitled 1963 March on Washington. In May 1963, a shocked nation watched television images of black children being brutalized with fire hoses and police dogs as they marched for civil rights in Birmingham, Alabama. In June, Alabama Governor Wallace personally barred black students from attending the University of Alabama. President Kennedy responded with the Civil Rights Bill to Congress on June 19th. Civil rights groups joined to march on Washington on August the 28th to support the bill. The march was the idea of A. Philip Randolph, the president of the International Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, the first black U.S. labor union. The focus was jobs, freedom, and passage of the Civil Rights Bill. Freedom trains and freedom buses brought people to Washington from all across the country. More than 250,000 people came, as many as 60,000 of them white. 15,000 paratroopers were put on alert, but there was no violence. Following speeches and songs from activists, artists, and civil rights leader, Martin Luther King Jr. gave the closing address, his famous I Have a Dream speech. Shortly after the March on Washington, violence was back in Birmingham. A bomb was thrown into a church full of African American children, injuring 21 and killing 4 young girls. The struggle was not over. And that is all the time we have for tonight. We will finish up tomorrow with the last 2 stamps in this stamp set. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.